It's game on, and the road show is purple, limping into one of the toughest venues in the NFL, Seattle's CenturyLink Field. Rebound and getting back on the playoff track is job one. Basketball's back, and the Wolves have postseason plans of their own. It's another full table for Seven's top chef breaking bread, and the guru is in the house, checking your fantasy footing. It's Game On TV.
Martin digging in, and he got there. Touchdown. Doug Martin capping a sensational night with another touchdown.
Well, that is certainly a game the Vikings are going to try to put in the rearview mirror as they embark on this road trip, and glad you have found us again. This is Game On TV, powered by Seven Steakhouse, Sushi, Ultra Lounge, and Sky Bar, downtown's ultimate event destination. And from the Dakotas to downtown Minneapolis, it's all we're talking about. The Vikings and the road trip in a must-win in arguably one of the toughest NFL venues in which to play. Seattle's CenturyLink Field. It's going to be loud. It's going to be nuts. So the Vikings really need to come away with the win, and we'll be talking about that extensively, mixed in with a little politics with one of your favorite Vikings. We'll also get to the Wolves as they start their NBA season, and our fantasy guru in to fix your fantasy forecasts for the weekend. Lots to cover. Let's get after it as we always do. We start Game On by the numbers. And when we look at the numbers, there's no question about it. This is one tough stretch for the Vikings. In their final games, 5 are on the road, 3 at the Dome. The Vikings' last visit to Seattle was a 31-13 win back in '06. The Seahawks this season, perfect at their home field, 3-0. And you might as well consider this a playoff game for both teams. The Vikings are 5-3, Seattle at 4-4. Delighted to kick off Game On with Chris Kluwe, the Vikings punter. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Good to have you in the house.
Thank you for having me.
And before we talk about the busy week that the Vikings have and the visit in Seattle, you've been a little bit busy becoming a little political.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Election is right around the corner. And how did you get involved, and why did you get involved, and kind of put your feet in the water?
Well, I was asked by a group of Minnesotans for marriage equality to get involved in this election cycle because they told me about this amendment coming up, the amendment to make marriage solely between a man and a woman, and they wanted my help opposing it. And I said, yeah, that's to me is the right thing to do because it's limiting someone else's freedom, and I'm not really cool with that.
Yeah, and there's been some very interesting, some very cool commercials on the air. Basically, where you say, are you a plumber or you're a punter.
Yeah.
And you've been getting involved in, and they've been very, very nicely and tastefully done. You basically are just appealing to people's emotions and saying what you think is right.
Yeah, well, it's actually, I'm appealing more to their logic and reason as opposed to their emotion because the thing is that there's really no need for this amendment to pass because same-sex marriage is already illegal in the state of Minnesota. What this does is it just enshrines discrimination in the state constitution, and that's really, I don't think, the way we want to run the country.
And no repercussions from your teammates or anything like that?
No, it's been good. I've had quite a few guys come up to me, have had some conversations, very civil, very polite, and I've had a bunch of guys come up and say, hey, we appreciate you writing the letter. So.
Nice. So you're a politician, you're a musician, and you're a punter. You are really enjoying you're getting involved.
And a father and a husband.
And a father and a husband, and a very good dad too, by the way, I hear.
Thank you.
The task at hand after that crazy 2-game in 5-day period where you beat Arizona, kind of get whooped on by Tampa Bay. It's been a very focused football team this last week.
Yeah. We realized we kind of let one get away from us with Tampa Bay. I mean, that was a game where we should have gone in and performed a lot better than we did. I think all 3 phases we had letdowns. So the focus this week is on making sure we get ready for Seattle. That's the only game we're locked into, and then go to Seattle and get a win because Quest Field's tough to get a win at. But if we play firing on all cylinders, there's no reason we can't.
And it's funny because I picked up the newspaper just today, and it's funny you mentioned that because already the people who had written the Vikings off initially are rewriting them off now after 5 victories. You can't please anybody.
No, it's no matter what you do, someone's going to be upset.
Damned if you do, damned if you do.
Yeah.
This is a football team that is not intimidated, though, by the road by any stretch of the imagination.
No. It's if you can win all your games at home and split half on the road, you're usually going to get in the playoffs every year. And unfortunately, we lost one at home, so that means we're going to have to make up one on the road, and it starts at Seattle.
Does Coach Frazier yell ever? I was wondering what the locker room was like Because I saw the frustration on your face, I saw it on the players' faces. You guys certainly, it was a misfire in that Thursday night game, and you wanted to play better. Does Coach Frazier yell in the locker room?
Not really. He gets emotional. You know, he gets intense, but he's not really a yelling type of person.
Anybody yell?
Yeah, there were a couple guys that yelled. Yeah, I was yelling at myself. I
know you were really frustrated. Yeah, you've never had a night like that.
Yeah, that was the 20-yarder was not something I was happy about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just unfortunate that we couldn't get anything going, and just got to turn it around this week.
What a lot of people might not know is that Chris actually has ties to Seattle. He's a UCLA guy.
Yep.
But was picked up by the Seahawks. Were you drafted or?
No, undrafted free agent.
Undrafted free agent.
Yep.
And as you tell the story, but you almost were a Seahawk and then you became a Viking.
Yeah, I was with the Seahawks. The preseason of my rookie year, was with them the entire preseason. They were going to put me on their practice squad, so they cut me, and then I had to clear waivers, and the Vikings claimed me off waivers as I was on my way to make a down payment at the apartment that I was going to rent. So it's a good thing they called in and not 20 minutes later.
It's all about timing, isn't it?
It is.
Well, you guys have a great time in Seattle. Go get a win, and you have an appetite with you?
I do.
Chef has some great sushi, so we'll stick around. We'll enjoy that. Chris Kluwe, the Big Kick, is here, only here on GameON. We want you to be a part of GameON, and man, have we made it easier for you. Download our new GameON app for your iPhone or your Android. It'll have full shows, all kinds of great photos, very cool stuff, and links to all our sponsors, including the fine folks here at 7. Don't forget, get inside GameON. Our website has updates and blogs, all kinds of information, and we link you to our partner site, which is purplepride.org. So please check us out. It's GameOnTVMN.com. All of us here in the upper Midwest got off lucky. We can help Hurricane Sandy victims by donating to the Red Cross to provide shelter and food, all kinds of assistance. Go to redcross.org, 800-RED-CROSS on your telephone, or text the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Let's do what we can to help ease the suffering. And thanks from GameON. On deck, we're talking T-Wolves and the big expectations this season, only on GameON.
It starts your morning with the forecast, then watches your energy use all day. It can change your temperature from anywhere in the world, prevent you from heating and cooling an empty house, and still give you a comfortable welcome home. The iComfort Wi-Fi from Lennox.
The most advanced comfort control solution available anywhere is now available for your home.
So call Liberty Comfort Systems and make your home a smart home today.
Get up to $1,375 in rebates.
This season, the Wolves look to rise to new heights in the West. And you're home for all of the action. Is Fox Sports North.
Get the party started, dial it. Pitbull together with Bud Light. Here we go.
Welcome back to GameON, powered by 7, your ultimate event destination. This is Will Conroy. Great to have him in the house, one of the newest Wolves. Welcome, my man.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Good to have you with us. Now, this weather is taking it easy on you. This is a nice fall afternoon.
Well, I was here last training camp last year after the lockout, and it started in December. Wasn't that kind of me then?
No, it wasn't. You and Coach Adelman have a good history. You've made the team. You like the makeup of this roster. You think this team can do something?
I do. I do believe we can contend for the playoffs in the Western Conference. We have a great locker room. We have a great group of guys. Our culture is great. Our coaching staff has been great. Front office people have been great. So when you have a situation like that, a team can mold and not worry about nothing else but basketball.
Kevin Love is on the mend. You've seen him around practice. You guys will get him back probably right after Thanksgiving, in and around there. You can hold off 3 or 4 weeks until you get the All-Star back.
Yeah, we can't wait. Kevin makes a lot of things difficult for teams because he stretches the floor and he opens the floor up. When you got guys who can pass, as well as Brandon Roy and Rittenauer and Karolinko, it makes it difficult for guys to defend us because, you know, we're so unselfish and you have to close out to three-point shooters, and we could drive the closeout and get pass and kicks again, so it makes it tough to guard us.
He had his choice of teams. You come here, you're with Coach Adelman, but you're also with one of your school chums, Brandon Roy. It's got to be nice.
It's a blessing, actually. I was reading a couple of tweets that people tweeting me like, man, I don't think it's ever happened where a guy played high school, college, and then the NBA with their teammate. And in some situations, we played a little bit of AAU together too. So all I can say is it's a blessing. It's great looking at him every day at practice because, you know, he can kind of tell me like, you did that wrong, and or I can be like, you got to do a little bit better doing that. So we can kind of help each other like we were when we was in high school. Okay, people will want to know, what's the straight scoop on his knees? How's he feeling? Is he hurting? What's the deal? I don't think he's hurting at all. It's a process, you know. This summer we worked out all summer, and he didn't have any problems after he had his procedures in LA. You know, he came right into the gym and was dunking, and I was like, whoa. So, I mean, I don't think the knee situation will be such a factor. Yeah. I just think the fact that it's 82 games and just being able to log those kind of minutes again after sitting out a full year, I think that more importantly will be kind of the factor. Yeah, I'm a hoopaholic. I love this basketball team. We both grew up liking the Sonics. They're gone. I can't cheer for Oklahoma City. We all know that. But I look at this basketball team and I factor into Brandon Roy's one thing. You guys and a lot of these new guys coming in, all a big element. But getting Karolinko and Pekovic looks really good. We nicknamed him Pectorials because the guy is an animal in the weight room. And before every game, you'll see before he gets called out, I make my arms like this, like a strong man, because I mean, he just takes he's a beast. He just takes up so much space, and he's like a wall. Like, he sets screens at practice. I'm like, Peck, not on me, man. Do that in the game. I mean, Lexi Chavez tried to get through one of his screens the other day, man. He like bounced off of Peck, and Peck was like, why are you running into me then? Nice. Don't run into him, Lexi. And you're a big Karolinko fan already. Yeah, I am. The guy is like, defensively, his IQ is off the charts. Nice. Like, you can't get anything by him. He takes up so much ground. He's like a hawk. Yeah. Like, he just swoops down, steal the ball, go finish on the other end, and he plays with a lot of energy. You're on the map of a lot of. I picked up USA Today. They're picking you right in the middle of the pack, ahead of the Portland Trail Blazers and the Houston Rockets, even though they get James Harden. Sporting News, some of these others, the Minnesota Timberwolves are finally on the radar, and now it's time for you guys to prove it. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing new to Coach. Coach has a history of winning, so he's always been in this kind of situation. I think for the teammates in the locker room, it's kind of new, but we have guys who are coming from winning programs. You got Greg Stiesma, who's come from Boston, which is a winning coach. You got you have Dante Cunningham, who's coming from Memphis, and Portland was winning programs. You have B. Roy, who's carried the load in Portland and made the playoffs, and Andre, obviously, his resume speaks for itself. So we have guys who've been in winning programs, so they know how to win. We're looking forward to having you around. Thank you for your time. Good to have you in the house. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Now, are you going to be cheering for the Vikings or the Seahawks? I'm going to cheer for the Vikings. That's a good diplomatic run. Will Conroy in the house. Newest Timberwolf, only here. It's Game On. And since we're talking T-Wolves, don't forget to keep up with this basketball team with my weekly blog. It's Simon Says at Timberwolves.com. We connect you to all things inside this basketball team. It's part of a great NBA website, and it's right at your fingertips. Let me know what you think. Rod at GameOnTVMN.com. Look for a new Simon Says blog each and every Thursday, only at Timberwolves.com. We can help Hurricane Sandy victims by donating to the Red Cross to provide shelter and food, all kinds of assistance. Go to redcross.org, 800-RED-CROSS on your telephone, or text the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Let's do what we can to help ease the suffering. And thanks from Game On. On deck, Chef B and a full table. Only here, it's Game On.
Seven is the ultimate fine dining and entertainment destination. There's 3 levels of distinct and unforgettable experiences ahead. Seven is the winner of the prestigious Open Table Diner's Choice Award. It's memorable. You'll never forget Seven's 5-star steakhouse, Seven's award-winning menu. Seven Sushi is not only unique, but unrivaled. And Seven's view is sweeping and magnificent year-round. Seven offers catering, the ease of front door valet, and unforgettable service. It's Seven, downtown Minneapolis, your ultimate event destination. It is Cooking with Chef B. Love this part of the show when we actually get to break it down and find out what the pros eat. Okay, Chef B, what do we have here for the steak? It looks gigantic, it looks delicious.
This is our 24-ounce bone-in porterhouse. This is the I didn't eat breakfast or lunch steak before I came to Seven.
You love this.
Yeah,
and
it's huge.
How do you cook it?
I like it medium.
Nice.
Yes.
The sushi already on the punter's plate. Tell us about it.
You like spicy. We have a little tuna, salmon, and yellowtail on the inside, spicy tuna on the top with a little jalapeno and some tobacco.
And it's spicy because the jalapeno, obviously.
And the chili oil as well.
Yeah.
Up front, we have a little yellowtail and some escalar.
Where's the wasabi hiding?
Right behind her.
Oh, there she is. That's right. And I asked you what your favorite food was. Slam dunk, you didn't even wait. It's sushi.
It is sushi.
Why?
I don't know. I love the taste. I love the fish and the rice combining all together. It's delicious.
Since you're in college?
Yeah, since I was a small child, actually.
Very, very nice. What do you eat before games?
Usually plate of pasta, chicken breast, and then a large bowl of chocolate ice cream with hot fudge and whipped cream.
Superstitious about that? Is it the same every time?
Pretty much, yeah. Not so much superstition as the pasta gives you carbs, you know, chicken breast gives you some protein, and the ice cream because I love ice cream.
Yeah. What's your pregame meal?
I don't have one, but I need to figure one out.
Nice. Okay.
I recommend ice cream.
Yeah, and yeah. I was good. I asked you that too. I said, just for the people that don't know, the punter every now and then breaks down at the end of the day watching Discovery or whatever, watching all your videos on TV. Yep. What do you eat?
Ben & Jerry's. It's usually either New York Super Fudge Chunk or the chocolate brownie.
Very nice. Okay, dig in and let us know what you think. And as you cook the, and Chef, as you cook the porterhouse, how hot does it get? Tell us one more time about that because it's a very unique way of cooking.
I like it about 135 on the inside. We're going to have an 1100 degree oven we're going to cook it on, and so it's really going to sear in the juices.
1100
degrees. You can feel it from 10 feet away. It's insane.
Really?
Yeah.
And how long does it take to cook it that?
About 12 minutes.
Nice. That's a sushi.
Delicious.
Very, very good. And you will eat this post game, anything but pre-game.
Right. I'll eat sushi whenever.
Very, very nice. Chef, if people want to come in and find out what this is all about, tell us again what to order.
24-ounce bone-in porterhouse. It's our biggest one on the menu. It's huge.
And it's the real deal.
It's delicious.
And the sushi that Chris is loving on?
Spicy tuna.
Spicy tuna. Love that. Is this your favorite sushi, by the way?
I like every type of sushi. Doesn't matter.
Very, very good. Greatest menu. It's also online at 7mpls.com and also at GameOnTVMN.com. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Chef B, you're the man.
Sir.
Only here on GameOn. Time again for the Bud Light lineup. The Vikings will host the Detroit Lions on the 11th. The Gophers are at Illinois on the 10th. The Wolves have 2 big games against Orlando and Indiana, and the Wild, if they were playing, would be welcoming the Red Wings on the 17th. North Dakota is off on the 10th. North Dakota State hosts South Dakota State, and South Dakota is at Northern Iowa on the 10th. In hockey, the Minnesota men are at Alaska Anchorage. St. Cloud State hosts UND, and North Dakota State is at Minot State. The Twins are 117 days away from opening day and the AL champion Tigers. The Champions Tour on the 13th. The PGA has the Children's Miracle Classic, and NASCAR coming to the end of its season with the Cobalt Tools 500 November 11th. On the 7 front, it's always Sunday Night Live at 10, Ultra Lounge Friday and Saturdays at 9, and all you can eat sushi Sundays and Mondays from 6 to 9. Go to 7mpls.com for more information. And don't forget to check out our latest podcast with Rod Webby and the A Train with guests and inside information. Love to hear from you. Podcast at GameOnTVMN.com. And that's your Bud Light lineup. How's your fantasy football team shaping up? The guru in the house to give us the fantasy update only on Game On.
Pick up the latest issue of Wheels of Thunder magazine. If it's on wheels, you'll find it in Wheels of Thunder. Full color photos of bikes, trikes, cars, trucks, and even sleds. High performance or right off the street. Mind-blowing power, speed, and custom touches. It's all in Wheels of Thunder magazine. Plus, find out about the latest races, rallies, and custom products and services in your area. Check out Wheels of Thunder on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Wheels of Thunder.
Welcome back. It's Game On, powered by 7, your ultimate event destination. Time to talk fantasy with the guru in the house. Great to have you back, Mr. Jeremy Johnson. Let's get right after it. Seattle defense, highly regarded around the National Football League, but are they fantasy worthy?
Yeah, they're definitely fantasy worthy. They're number 5 overall in yardage. They've been holding opponents to like 18-point-something points per game. So they're definitely holding their own. So you would if you had the Seattle defense, you would play them this weekend? I would, especially at home where they're undefeated and they have the 12th man, as you know. Yeah, 12th man, whatever. Let's talk about the Vikings starters. Play or sit? Let's go down the line. Peterson. You've definitely got to play him. He's the leading rusher in the NFL. Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin is a guy you may want to consider if you're deep at wide receiver, or maybe moving him down to a flex option. I think he's going to have a very big game. Kyle Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph is where I think that the opportunities lie with the D, so I definitely would start him. Number 81, we love Jerome Simpson. Jerome Simpson's going to be covered by either Sherman or Browner, and those guys are 6'3", 6'4", big corners. I wouldn't start Jerome this week. Vikings D. The Vikings defense facing the rookie, Russell Wilson, I definitely would start them. Okay, speaking of Russell Wilson, the former Wisconsin kid, and Marshawn Lynch, having pretty good. Wilson a little bit suspect. Lynch is having a good season. Yeah, Lynch is, he's been a beast every week. Fantasy-wise, he's a guy you can count on 80, 90 yards every week. Okay, question of the week. It goes, Mr. Guru, you have an intelligent fantasy football mind. This guy must be a relative. Thank you for my 6-2 record. Your thoughts on the Madden curse? Boom Boom Davis out of Chicago. Yeah, it's tough to argue that there isn't a Madden curse with the long line of, your Culpeppers, Ray Lewis, Eddie George, even to more recently Calvin Johnson, struggling the year that they're on the. So I think there might be a curse. Boom Boom Davis, this guy a relative? No, it's actually a good friend of mine. Oh, it is? Yeah. So, but he's paying attention, he's writing notes. I like that. Top 3 this weekend. You start with a guy who's leading a very good football team, the only undefeated football team, the Atlanta Falcons, and it's Matt Ryan. Yeah, they call him Matty Ice. He's definitely on fire, though, this year, targeting Gonzalez, Julio Jones, and Roddy White. They're all having great seasons fantasy-wise. Houston's big running back. Houston, they will definitely have a good week against Buffalo, playing at home. You may want to consider Ben Tate, too. And Arian Foster you want in there. I would definitely start Arian Foster. And I'm so glad you brought it up. Last but not least, the kid who Peyton Manning is putting on the map, Eric Decker. Eric Decker, yes. 2 touchdowns last week in prime time, so you got to love that if you're rooting for Minnesota. He's been representing us well. Nice. Okay, last but not least, Seattle or Minnesota, who wins? It's definitely going to be Minnesota. Yeah, the Ruben U stands tall. Yeah. I've got the Vikings tattoo here, so nice. I'll be rooting for them every week. Very nice. Only here, the guru and the tap on Game On. The message is simple. Spread positivity and create a vehicle to help others. Give back. And Love Big is creating new ways to increase awareness. Put November 19th on your calendar. It's a night to meet every Viking player if you'd like, and attack hunger at the same time. Taste of the NFL will take over Nickelodeon Universe at Mall of America. It's the party with a purpose. It will raise thousands and thousands of dollars to benefit hunger relief. Go to tasteofthenfl.com and we'll see you November 19th. Learn more about Love Big at lovebig.org. Game On and 7 supports this great effort. Together, we'll get it done. All of us here in the upper Midwest got off lucky. We can help Hurricane Sandy victims by donating to the Red Cross to provide shelter and food, all kinds of assistance. Go to redcross.org, 800-RED-CROSS on your telephone, or text the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Let's do what we can to help ease the suffering. And thanks from Game On.
There was a time when phones the size of your shoe were considered mobile. Today's technology was unthinkable back then. Just like this Lennox SunSource home comfort system was once unimaginable. It uses clean solar power, reducing energy bills and helping the environment. It's time to live in the now.
Call Liberty Comfort Systems for the most advanced technology in heating and air conditioning.
When you're ready to live in the now, call Liberty Comfort Systems.
Liberty and service for all.
Get up to $1,375 in rebates.
Welcome back. It's Game On, powered by 7, your ultimate event destination in downtown Minneapolis. Great to have you with us. Don't forget, we'd love for you to check out our podcast and our Game On app, available in the App Store. It has all our shows and podcasts. It has great photos, has a chance for you to simply email us, all at your fingertips. We'd love for you to be a part of it and check it out. And now time for our Game On update. It's never too early to talk sunshine, blue skies, warm temperatures, and golf. Very excited to announce the 6th Rod Simons Golf for the Gift Celebrity Tournament to benefit adoption is back, coming this summer, June 27th at Troy Burn Golf Club in Hudson. Please mark your calendar now and let's make plans to get together this coming June. Friend us at Facebook and check us out online at golfforthegift.com. And just a few days ago, it was Matt Blair's day in the Dome in that game against Tampa Bay. The legendary Vikings name added to the Ring of Honor. He was with us recently, but what a big day for Matty B.
Well, when I was first told that this was going to happen and how they did it was kind of interesting, and it kind of blew my mind, and my adrenaline started flowing, and it was just like something that was, I just didn't expect that to happen when they were trying to tell me that I was number 20 coming into the Ring of Honor.
Speaking of great Vikings, let's keep up the heat and get Jim Marshall his big day. We're working to get number 70 into the Hall of Fame. So go to Facebook, type in Jim Marshall Hall of Fame. Please like the page and let's keep up the push for good old number 70. And that's your Game On update. Time now for the MIAC Minute. The MIAC recently held its first championship event of the year, getting ready for the rest of the fall championships and playoff season. Recently, the conference held its 2012 golf championship at Bunker Hills. Gustavus men, St. Olaf women claiming the first MIAC championships of the fall. Gustavus senior Alex Kolquist, the talk of the tournament, breaking the old MIAC scoring record by 6 shots, shooting 9 under par over the course for the 3-day tournament. St. Olaf senior Molly Erickson was the women's medalist, adding the MIAC title to her national runner-up finish and All-American honor from a year ago. Congratulations, and that's your MIAC Minute. Whew, busy show it has been. Thank you for letting us be a part of your weekend. Don't forget, you can get all our updates at GameOnTVMN.com. Drop us a note too. And before we go, our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Austin Conley. This is a special young man, 20-year-old Augsburg student, but also a co-worker and team member here at Seven Steakhouse, Sushi, Ultra Lounge, and Sky Bar. Conley was critically injured last weekend, lost his life. We're all grieving. And again, our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Austin Conley. Rest in peace.